Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, the law that endureth forever. I like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Lord willing, this would be edifying and straight to the point. As I was reading, Baruch 4:1, this is the commandment. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, the law that endured forever. Okay, the laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua are spiritual and they are perfect. They are going to be the standard which are going to be established in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, it says, let your will be done. Yahweh said that when he was teaching his disciples how to pray. Let your will be done as it is done in heaven. Let your will be done on earth as it is done on heaven. Okay, meaning what? Perfection. Okay, the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua goes into subjections, the subjection of his creation. Okay, obeying his statutes, laws, and commandments. Okay, so the as it says, the knowledge of the Most High shall be as the rain, shall be as the water, shall be as the water that covers the sea. Okay, that's how the vibration that the earth is gonna move. Once Yahweh Shai dethrones the wicked from rulership and establishes righteousness as the standard of beauty, as the standard in this world. Okay, the earth is gonna reverse to a state of Eden. Okay, the state of paradise. Okay, so again, all they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Going into how if you obey, you will be blessed. If you disobey, judgment judgment will pursue you. Okay, so this lesson was brought out by a precept I just read in the book of Luke. So let's go into it. Luke 16:16. The law and the prophets were until John, since the time of the kingdom of the Most High is preached, and every man presseth on it. Okay, from the laws, so from the prophets and the law. Okay, so the Torah and the prophets. Okay, so the Old Testament were from John the Baptist. Okay, until John the Baptist, because as soon as John the Baptist was set up to prepare the way for Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai was born was born around the same time as John the Baptist. So John the Baptist was sent first, and then Yahweh Shai was sent after him. But as it says, he that cometh after me, I am not worthy to loose his shoes. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay, because Yahweh Shai is the Messiah. Okay, John the Baptist was sent to prepare the way. Okay, to lead us back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, according to truth and according to knowledge. Okay, it says here, it is easier for heaven to pass. So like it is easier for heaven and earth to pass. So this kingdom, this rulership, it's easier for the so-called white man's empire to crumble, okay, than one title of the law to fail. Okay, and that's important. It's easier for this kingdom to go down than for the laws, statutes, and commandments to become null and void. Because again, as I read in Baruch 4:1, the laws that endured forever, the commandments of the Most High that endured forever. Okay, you see. So this kingdom it's easier for this kingdom to pass away, just as the other kingdoms have fallen away. The Egyptian kingdom, the Babylonian kingdom, the Medo-Persian kingdom, the Greek Empire. Okay, the Roman Greco Empire fell once. Okay, and then now this kingdom is on his way. This kingdom is circling the drain. This kingdom is on its way out, man. It's at the doorsteps of death. Okay, and the reaper is knocking. Okay, and it's about to answer at the door. All right, so just to say that it's easier for this kingdom, this wicked empire, to be destroyed than for the law, statutes, and commandments to become null and void, that they should fail. And that's to say what? as you read in the next verse, whosoever putteth away his wife and married another committed adultery. And whosoever married her that is put away from her husband committed adultery. Now, what is the consequence for adultery? Death and destruction. Okay. So again, yes, we're under grace. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we have license to sin. Okay, the laws are still in effect. The Lord said, whosoever the Lord has put together, let no man put asunder. So whichever man took away a woman's virginity, that's their husband. Unless that man is sent back, his spirit is sent back to the heavens. Okay, those two, the woman and that man, are let's say bonded via a spiritual decree. You see, not something that is not a decree that is signed on earth pertaining to the government and the entity of Isa Edom being a third party in your marriage. No, it's pertaining to the Most High and those two individuals that came together, okay, to become one flesh, okay, because that is marriage. Intercourse is marriage, okay. So whoever you slept with, whoever took your virginity, if you're a woman, that's your husband for until he dies, okay, or until you die, okay. That's why it's an important. It's not something that you just do. Well, in the elden days, you wouldn't just do it for fun. It wasn't for fun. It was for it had its purpose, okay. So again, and that's just to prove, and that was one example, but the same goes for murder. If you were to put a man to death, there's a consequence for it. You should be put to death. And in a sense, if you get a 25 to life, that's basically a life sentence. You're basically dead. You're basically you become a person non grata. Basically, you're out of the picture, man. You're gonna eventually, if you get a 25 to life, you're basically just gonna die in jail, and they're gonna use you they're gonna profit off you while you're living, which is wicked in itself. But technically, it's a form of death. If you receive a 25 to life, that's a form of death by itself. They basically killed you, okay, and forced you to be to enslave until you actually pass away, okay. Another thing, if you're out deceiving people, stealing from people, eventually you'll be found out, and there's gonna be consequences. Okay, so the law is still in effect, even if we're in the grace period. Okay, and it says what the Lord is merciful. He in the book of Job, He judges us less than we deserve. Okay, because again, we're all worthy of death. We are all worthy of death. We are all in this. We are all adulterers. Okay, you see, we have all slept with another man's wife. Okay, you see, as it says, we live in an adulterous generation. We're all adulterers. Okay, you see, in this world, they classify it as normal. They normalized debauchery. Okay, but again, if the laws were implemented, a lot of heads would be rolling. Okay, that's why we thank Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that we're in this grace period. Still, we do not have a license to sin, but we do the best that we can in this filthy and wicked world. Okay, but that's just to say that the law is the law. They say it in French, la loi c'est la loi. Okay, you can't escape it. You can't escape the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Even if He corrects you in measure, there is still a correction. Especially if you are of the elect, especially if you are of His flock. He will not allow you to pervert your ways and fall into deeper into darkness. He's gonna correct you, and so that you can straighten yourself up and come back to Him according to the light, according to the truth, according to the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, so the law is still in effect. The laws are still in effect, and the committing sin. Committing iniquity, okay, heaping onto yourself sins onto sin, okay, that will only lead to consequences. Okay, you can't escape judgment. All right, so that's why you have to walk in the fear of the Lord and offend less. All right, so quick lesson, straight to the point. Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next lesson, shalom, shalom, shalom.